Do you love the Tabernacle Choir? This year, the choir's music is everywhere you are. Listen to your favorite choir songs and music and the spoken word anytime you want on Alexa by simply enabling the skill.
Alexa, play music in the spoken word.
Now playing music in the spoken word.
You can also download the Tabernacle Choir app, subscribe to the choir on YouTube, listen on Spotify, and have access to all their wonderful music. Happy listening.
The best sports radio in Utah is right here, right here. This is Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaCombe, on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Gerard, the coach, Tim LaCombe. We are live here in Logan on the quad, Utah State University. It is day number 1 of the Aggies in the Pac-12. No big deal. The president of Utah State, Brad Mortensen, kind enough to hang out with us. How are you, President?
Scotty, Tim, great to be with you guys. Thanks for coming up to Logan for our Pac-12 kickoff.
Are you kidding me?
What's not to like?
This is a Chamber of Commerce
Are
day
you
up
kidding
here.
me?
Yeah, beautiful Cache Valley day.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so first off, would you have paid Walker Kessler, or would you? No, I'm just joking.
That's out of my pay grade,
Yeah.
Scotty. So.
Those numbers get a little nutty.
Yeah, $38 million. That's no joke. But there is such a vibe up here about this conference and the momentum that's building around Utah State. You come off one of the most successful seasons in Utah State athletic history in terms of from top to bottom in every department of your athletic department. It just seems like things are really clicking right now.
Yeah, it's really me coming in this last year and getting to see all that after being an alum and keeping track of the Aggies, but there is a lot of momentum right now, and the leadership we have with Cam Walker in the athletics department, and then all of our coaches across the board. We've put together a great team, and we're excited to see what we can do as we transition into the Pac-12 and stay with some of the same competition, but also level up and think it's a great opportunity. And the fans and boosters and alumni, I've had so many of them just who are so excited about. Who would have ever thought Utah State would be in the Pac-12 after some of those years when we were kind of on the meandering path, and now having a chance to really up the playing field for all of our teams and the reputation of the university. We're excited.
When did you graduate?
1995.
Okay, so I was late 90s, early 2000s. So we lived through those independent years.
Right.
That was no fun. And to see where Utah State has evolved over the last 30 years has just been dramatic.
Yeah, and just the success we had coming out of the Mountain West, and of course, men's basketball gets a lot of props, but gymnastics, soccer, volleyball, our men's tennis team, that all just really had a dominant season, and we hope that we can continue that momentum and think we have a great chance to do that.
I traveled up here for many years wearing a different color, which wasn't always fun. But one thing stood out, man. People up here love their Aggies and are so passionate. Doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday night, people are going to be there. How does that, as a president, I mean, that's probably, to me, you would think probably the backs that's built on over time. And, I mean, I've been around long enough to remember Rod Tueller and the teams that he had up here, and certainly became, was an enemy of Stu Morrill, and he and I became buddies, right? But like the people that kind of got it to this point, talk about them for a second.
Yeah, there just really is a great pride and tradition here at USU, and that bleeds throughout all of the community. I felt that coming in when I started in November. It's just everybody cares about Aggie athletics, and whether I'm talking to a coach, a new coach coming in, or a recruit, sometimes it's just to be able to share that the whole community is behind you. They live and die by you, and that's a great thing. It's also a bit of a challenging thing, but and I feel that too in this role. But we definitely want to capitalize on that. I think if you look at the fundraising that the athletics department has achieved, just from some of our longtime folks stepping up to a new level, or new people coming into the fold and really wanting us to succeed during this crazy time of college athletics where money does play an even bigger role. I just think that there's all the foundations in place, but coming to the Spectrum, whether it's a Tuesday night or a Saturday afternoon or whatever it is, and to see that place rocking with the herd, that kind of sums it all up.
How much does success in sports translate to the academic side?
The diehard academics, would like to think it's all about what we do in the research labs and in the classrooms. It's just not the case. You raise the profile of the whole university by how well our athletics teams do. And when men's basketball is doing well, when football is doing well, in particular here at USU or at other schools across the country, we know that admissions applications go up, fundraising goes up, the overall impression of the academic profile of the institution goes up. And so that's something where we want to try to keep a balanced perspective at USU. We don't want to sacrifice the academic and research mission for athletics, but at the same time, we know that athletics can be, really a big boost to what we achieve academically and on the research side.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Spent about half an hour with Cam last week, and as a president, you must sleep well with athletics, with him in charge of that, and then the basically guys Bronco and Jake that have been doing it so long. I mean, you've got an unbelievable staff on your athletics side. Talk about that.
Yeah. So, some people said to me, because Cam got hired, 6-8 weeks before I did. And some folks have said, oh, don't you wish you could have picked your own AD? I'm like, not if you've got Cam Walker. So Cam's just been tremendous with what he's done in the culture in the department and reaching out and engaging with the community. And then, Coach Mendenhall just, the culture that he brings, taking the players on a pioneer trek.
I know. I want to ask
media.
about the tinfoil dinners.
That just, I mean, what it does to build up team culture, but also connect with the community is like, that's mastermind stuff there. And Coach Jacobson, he's just going to really, it feels like a perfect fit into the culture at USU and the success that he's brought over time. I'm really excited for what basketball is going to do this season as well.
The thing that I find interesting in this new landscape of college athletics is, look, the athletics and academics and the school administration were always hand in hand, but now it seems like it's even more with the with NIL and a lot of the future paths that we're on and currently in. How has that worked here at Utah State?
We really do have to align because it's about the fundraising and the NIL, and then the policies that are being set, whether it's at a conference level or even in Congress. I was back in Washington, D.C. last week talking to our delegation about the Protect College Sports Act and, trying to garner support for that because we do want to have some safeguards in place. So we really have to fire on all cylinders. And we're fortunate in the Pac-12. I mean, it's been a transition, and a tip of the cap to Teresa Gould and her team there who really went down to a skeletal crew and now has to build back up. And she was testifying before Congress 3 weeks ago. And it's kind of fun. We'll see how it plays out. The presidents have all been really rah-rah Pac-12. But then when you talk to every one of us, we are all pretty sure that our school is going to dominate the new Pac-12. So we'll have to see. But, we have a group text thread, and everybody's posting pictures of their celebrations happening last night. So there's a lot of enthusiasm about what we can do together as a league. But that starts from being united with, the coaches, the athletic department administration, the university administration.
So talking to Cam Walker, he mentioned that from his perspective, it's not just joining a new conference, it's like building a new conference. What's been your perspective and what's been your role as a school president working with other presidents in the build out of this thing?
And it's interesting how we've come together, whether it's, you have those two legacy Pac-12 schools and they kind of have their perspective, and then the five of us joining from the Mountain West, and then you throw in Texas State and Gonzaga. But there's just really been a lot of unity in the room there to figure out how to do things, and kind of an acknowledgement is we don't have to, because we're coming to a new conference and building a new conference, we can think creatively and try to think outside the box a little bit. And some of the assets that we have from the previous version of the Pac-12 in terms of media production and broadcast production and those things, we think that's an opportunity for us to really leverage and push the boundaries of what college athletics can be like in the future in this new world, and how we can bring more value together for fans and boosters and folks who want that access to different parts of the game. So it's really exciting to be in the room and to talk in that way, and to think that we can write our own rules in the new Pac-12.
Anything surprised you since you started this new gig?
Honestly, the the biggest surprise is just how much, and as an Aggie myself, I've always known it's been there, but being in this role and just feeling the support and knowing how deeply people want Utah State to succeed, not just athletically, but as an academic institution, because of the value of their experiences as alumni, because they see the impact, not just in Cache Valley, but all across the state of Utah and beyond. When we talk about programs like the Space Dynamics Lab, that's literally, changing the world with what we do here in Logan. People just hold that to their core, and because of that, they want me to be successful. They want our athletic teams to be successful, the faculty, and so that's just really powerful. And it's easy to get out of bed every morning and come to work when you've got that kind of army behind you.
So you are an alum and you are a sports fan. It would be impossible for me to be in your position and not micromanage the heck out of everybody. Like, I would want to get in the weeds.
We are going for it on fourth down every time,
exactly.
Scotty.
Like, I would be Phil Knight with a headset in the booth. They're like, no, you're it's going to be a play action on first and goal from the 2. We're not running it. Stuff like. But in terms of like trying to be involved, but also let other guys do is what's that like for you as a fan?
It's. I found when my son is playing, then it's harder.
Yeah.
But in this role, and when you've got great coaches and great folks on the field, it's just like you just want to cheer for them, and you just want them to be successful, and mostly because you know how much work that they've put in, and that thrill of victory and the agony of defeat is real for those guys and gals that are wearing Aggie blue, and so you just want them to be able to be successful. And so whatever I can do to help promote that and to let them know that we've got their back, I feel like that's my biggest role.
That's why you're a better man than I am.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Hey,
I will yell at the refs from time to time,
as you should. Hey, President, we appreciate your time. Thanks for
so
coming
much
by.
for being
Congratulations on the day.
Our early word. Can we get this dude in the Hall of Fame sometime?
Stop it. No.
He's a Hall of Fame kind of guy.
We're like 20 years from even.
No, I mean, come on. Some of the calls you've made already.
We've had some fun ones.
We've had some fun
You know
ones.
what? Winning games in the NCAA tournament never gets old.
Right.
That Villanova, or TCU a couple of years ago, that's just to be able to see that and be able to be a part of that as a president, I can't imagine what that's like for you.
That's right. Seeing the guys cut down the nets, that was one of the all-time highlights, and hope
Awesome.
to do it many more times.
I'm the fill-in for Spence when he can't do the game with Scotty. I get to come up, and that's the highlight of my year. I love sitting there and actually having people not yell at me and look like they're actually on my side. I get to high-five people in the herd. From the old days, that wasn't happening.
Right. Well, congratulations. Anything else we can do for you, let us know.
Thanks. Go Aggies.
There he is, Brad Mortensen. He is the president of Utah State University. Cam Walker will join us coming up here in about 15 minutes from right now.